Hi everyone, this is Sunil here. You all welcome to this online session about Informatica MDM. And in this session, we are going to talk about the Java cleanse functions, the Java cleanse libraries. That's here, the option that you see here, the Java cleanse libraries. For example, I have already imported, so let me delete this one, and I'll show you how to do all the things from the scratch, how to import a Java library. Most of the times it's not necessary to do it, but sometimes it becomes mandatory. I'll talk about that, and I'm talking about this option like add Java library. So to do that, first of all, what is a Java library? Java library is a Java program, is a set of Java programs. And what's the objective? To import that particular Java code into your MDM hub and to use it as a cleanse function. For example, if I go here, I see a cleanse function, and you can see that it's written Java function. So it means that someone from Informatica Corporation did the same thing. They had the Java code and then they imported that thing, right? So this comes with the product, but now we are going to customize it. So we are going to do something that does not comes with the product. For example, let's talk about some more. If you see some customizations, let's say like there are a lot of things. For example, if I go here, let's say I'll go to ORS sample, then yeah, custom, I can see a lot of things. Custom library, for example, one beautiful example is SQL loader utility. For example, let's say if your client does not have an ETL tool, right? Now how do you load data from the different source systems or the flat files into, or in the CSV files into your landing area? How do you do that? Or into your any of your tables, how do you do that? You would have to do that using the SQL loader utility, because that's the only way of doing it. But I want to integrate that. I want to do it automatically, or I want to create a utility or a cleanse function, something like that, so that the load is done automatically, let's say. So, or any type of utility. Let's say I don't have an instr function here, or some functions are missing. Now I want to add them. So in any of the cases you might want to do it, but remember, do not spend much of your time in to create things that are already there in ETL. For example, if you have an ETL and already you have something called as instr, there's no point in importing something like that here. So you are the best person to judge when do you need that and when you don't need it. Another typical example will be, let's say you have a Duns and Bradstreet. Now Duns and Bradstreet can be integrated in many ways. For example, it can be integrated as by loading the data directly into the base object, or to an non-base object. Also you could load it, the fibrographics data, or you could also use it as a cleanse function to validate or to get the return number and all those things, right? So that is the third way of doing it. And if you want to do it in that way, by default Informatica does not provide much support to Duns and Bradstreet as a cleanse adapter. But if you want to do it, you must create a Java code, embed the things there in the Java code and use it. So we're going to see how to create a sample thing and how to create a code in the, for example, a small feature, and then we try to import it into our thing. So let's go to I'll go to ORS test rather, and what I'll do here is, this is my program that that has been created. One second, it's hanging a bit. Right, so here I go. So these are all my Java programs that are in there, right? So for example, CV person, or yeah, you can see, let's check out CV person. This is a very simple code. What it does is it just validates the first name, middle name, last name, right, and the date of birth. That's all it does. And in this code I'm extending this bv add BDD CV function, which is a standard function. So you don't have to create this. You're just going to use this to, right, this to code. You're just going to use it, and this remaining things, this four, you're going to create it depending upon how you need it and what you need it. For example, if you want to validate the address, you want to create, you may want to create some customizations and all that. So you can do that, and pretty much all these four functions you can take it from my website, and they are useful. You could use it for for most of the things. Now let's CV person, right? So let's see what's in there. So basically these are all my different variables, right? And here I go. These are my parameters. You can see here my input parameters, my output parameters, and if I go here, then this is my code, right? What I'm doing is first name. I'm checking if the first name is empty, then I'm appending a message that is cannot be null, right? And there's again some logic with the middle name. There's not equal to null and all that, and the same logic is with the last name, right? That is if the last name is null, then it's going to append a message that is cannot be null, right? And the date of birth, if the date of birth is coming, what do you say, if the date of birth is coming in future, then it's going to throw a message, right? Once you've created all of this stuff, this code and all that, you validate it, and once that is done, everything looks green. What you do is you right click and you export it, right? And you export it to a jar file, and then I'm going to go here and I think I already have it, so I'm going to override it, not create another one. So I will override this one and finish. Now it will create the file again. Definitely there are some warnings, but warnings are normal. If you get any errors, then there's a problem, right? That's okay. Just say okay and go here, and what you need to do is, now my jar file contains all my programs. The 4 programs are there in my jar file. What I need to do here is I'm just going to go here and take a log, right, and add Java library. You browse it and here I go. So the program that I created earlier, the jar file, that's nothing but a bunch of classes. I'm going to import that, right? And that's it. That's the end of it. And pretty much once I do it, now it's getting imported. So once that is done, you can use all of this as just any normal function, normal cleanse function you're going to use it as. So just say okay, and we will see now. I will show you this particular thing here. So CV person, and I hope you understood the code, what we're trying to accomplish here, right? So let's go and check it. So it's still getting loaded. Now it's done. So this is what it is here. It's done. So CV person, and you can see here first name, middle name, last name, birth date, and all that. For example, I will test it with my name, Sunil Kumar and Mohanty, let's say, and I'll give it valid date of birth, and let's see what happens. Let's say I was born last month. Just joking. So Sunil Kumar Mohanty, and validation status is null. Null means it's valid, right? Now I'm gonna go and make it null. Now let's see what happens. Test it. I'm getting something like first name dot cannot be null, right? First name dot cannot be null. So this is why I'm getting that, because that's what that's what is exactly mentioned here. If is empty, first name is empty, then it's going to throw a message that cannot be null, right? So that's what exactly it's happening. And now let me give some value, and what I'll do is I'll rather give a future value. Let's say something like 2017, and let's see what happens. Test it. Birth date must be before today. I mean, actually it should be like after today. I have got to change it, something like this is not before, rather this is after, right? I can change it, and I would have to re-import that thing, but I hope you understood what I was trying to say. And similarly, I have this CV person, this electronic address validation, this address validation, and all that. So if you want to do something like for example any type of thing, let's say if you want to import certain set of instr functions, what you do is you go Google and instr Java code, and you can directly just get it, and you can just take this code and insert it, use it in here, and then just set all the parameters, the input output parameters and all those things, and then you are ready to go. You just compile it and import it. That's all it is, right? It's looks a bit scary, but it's rather very simple, right? So I hope you understood this, and yeah, I think that's the purpose of this small demonstration, right? So thanks guys, thank you very much for listening, and check out the other videos. Thank you very much.